Hi, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising people. Happy birthday. It's your season. Welcome to Intuitive Talks, where I, your host, I intuit into it, you intuit into it, we intuit into it, we all intuit into it. I just intuited into it and I'm just connecting the dots while also just remembering memory. Um, Today I'm doing seasonal tarot readings in respect of the Aquarius season. And of course, we're jump starting with you. Um, Today is January 22, 2021. So I am going to cover reading for the um, time period from January 2021 up until February 18, 2021. And that will cover the Aquarius season, of course. If you have Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising in your chart, as well as other key planetary placements in the lovely sign of Aquarius, then this reading you could check it out if you need to or if you want to. And yeah, check it out. Your reading is divided into, traditional sections, which is your family area, career area, love area, and in general and in conclusion. And I'm using the African American Tarot. And of course, for your birthday season, Aquarius, um, you have extra cards on each section. The last section is kind of like different because I'm using just one deck, and I hardly ever use just one deck. So I really took some time to think about this, you understand, on the spot. I took some time to think about what cards am I going to what tarot decks am I going to use. And as I was picking them out, I just felt that okay, this would be good for Pisces season. This one will be good for Aries season. So I don't want to start using it now. I do that. I don't think it's really odd. And at first, when I picked up the African American Tarot deck, I don't really like to use it, and I try to wait for specific times of this year where I use it, and it's usually towards the holiday season, and it's during the holiday season that I use African American Tarot because I tend to stay away from it because I'm not going to lie, it's harder for me to read it, or I just assume that it's hard because I don't know, I thought that it would be the easiest, but it gives me the hardest time. And at first I thought that I've already used it for we're just coming out of the holiday season, you understand. So I was like, I've already used it, I don't need to use it. And then when I really thought about it, I felt that okay, I really, really need to use these cards. I really need to use African American Tarot deck because that's the closest thing to Aquarius that I can have. You understand? And it doesn't seem like it because it's very traditional, most of the cards, if not all of them. You understand, where they have traditional attire in it, and the African theme is very much present in this reading, especially if I'm not mistaken the West African culture. Of course, this is all cultures, north, east, south, west, but um you know it's close to home for me, where I can recognize some of the attires sometimes, or like the depictions of whatever the reading, whatever the card is trying to, depict. Um, what else? I've gone on too long. I didn't want to do that, but that's just what it is. And your cards, yeah, your card, the last one, like I said, is divided. The Since I use one deck, the last deck, like the in general and in conclusion deck, is divided into two, so it's kind of like two ends in the card. um I don't want to be a spoiler alert, but this reading, No, no, I don't have to be a spoiler, but okay, I don't have to. Well, this you have about 12 general cards, and in general and in conclusion, all your cards together is 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14 equals to 5. So now you have to pay attention to the 5th of the month, or that's the 5th of February, the 14th of February, or the 4th of February, um 14th of February. That is Valentine's Day. Wow. I Well, it could be key from you, from the way this anyway. I'm trying not to spoil this reading. I'm trying not to spoil it, but yeah, 14th. Pay attention to the 14. Pay attention to Capricorn people. Pay attention to Aries and or what are they calling it? Leo people could be very, very important in your life. I said Capricorn people, but I really meant to say also pay attention to Cancerian people, um, yourself, the home, and the dynamics of what you're doing, because yeah, there's a certain type of dynamic that I'm seeing, and that is me just trying to hide. You get what I'm saying? That is me hiding, trying to hide what I'm really trying to say in this reading. Um, yeah, let's just get started with your reading. So, for your family area, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising people, I see you being attracted to someone. You're falling in attraction, hard for someone, and it looks like, yeah, it looks like, it's kind of very innocent in a way that is kind of like, I don't know. There's some kind of innocent, fresh attraction that you have to someone. Is innocent, is pure, and is true. You could have big lips, or both of your lips are identical to each other. Um, uh, it seems as though it's fresh, and it's like the divine is looking upon this relationship, and it seems like it's in approval of this new found attraction that you have. Is very pure. Bananas is very important, even if they're unripe, kind of like around you, or in the, I just think it could be like the tropics, or this could really be a picture where, there's a picture that you take with someone, and it could just be bare and true. Let me just put it like that. And yeah, bare and true, you know. Um, yeah, I can't help but keep repeating. This is your family area. This is just starting off the reading, and this is at the top of your reading. You understand on how pure and how true this attraction is. Um, yeah. Pay attention. Your sixth house could be activated at this time. Um, Pay attention to where your sixth house is. Um, all I can say is that this is just really pure. It's very pure. It's very innocent. Very pure and very innocent. And it's like your ancestral guides. You understand? Like you have you, the sun is shining on you. Let me say that. You understand? Your ancestral guides, or your forefather, like the key forefather. You understand? The key God in your life, or in you two's life, approves of it, approve of this pure and true union, or yeah, this attraction. It's very beautiful, even if it's just a picture. Like there is pure innocence and true, and an element of truth, like just truth. You understand? Just shining on your attraction, in this picture. Well, it's a beautiful, beautiful, innocent connection. That's what I want to say to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, men and women, for in your family area. Um, I also see your next card is you trying for the first time. It's kind of like there's a mask that you're wearing, even if it's in the upright. It's kind of like you're trying to take it off, and this is the first time I believe I'm seeing that a person is trying to take off their mask. Um, it, it's like in your relationships, there's a certain mask, there's a certain cloak, clothes, robe that you wear. You understand? It's brown, and it's able to mask your feelings, but it makes you look like like you're warm-hearted or in your element at the same time, because everything looks like it's in harmony. However, we don't really know what's behind that mask. You understand? All we know is how you look, and it doesn't feel as though you're hiding anything, but there is a mask, and you're trying to take it off. you know I'm not saying you're smiling, because I don't see you. You literally have a mask on, or technically really, really covering up how you feel. And it's to the point where even when you're in those clothes, we don't know if it's you in that clothes or not. You understand? Because we don't know if it's a man or if it's a female. We don't know what it is. You understand? We just see that there's a mask there. um Especially, like, let's say if you have your seventh house in a water sign, like your Libra could be in the fourth house, or in the 12th house, or in the eighth house, where you kind of like, because you don't say your feelings, people can maybe guess that you're warm-hearted, or you actually makes you feel warm-hearted is interesting, or you wear a mask in all your relationships, so people cannot really tell how you feel, but it's not in a bad way. They there's a certain warmth. There's a certain warmth that you exude while covering up your feelings or your facial gestures. But then again, you don't want to do it. But this card is still upright. Um, you're not doing certain rituals. This is the next card. You're not doing certain rituals if you're an Aquarius, Sun, or Rising Man that you need to do, especially if you're like a water sign. It's kind of like you may not be bathing as frequently as you usually do or like as you should, but this is more like a ritual. There's a certain ritual you do. It may have to do with water. You're not doing it during this time, and I don't know if it's bad, but I don't know if it's bad because we are in a an air sign season. We're in air season. We're in Aquarius, which is air season. So I don't know if you neglecting your your um ritual is actually good for you, because I don't know, is your ritual a ritual is something that you do all the time at a certain time, or just at least frequently. You're not going to be doing that in your family area, so I don't know. But I think it's more personal, it's more a secret, or it's kind of like your ritual. I don't know. It's like maybe there is a lake that you used to go by, you understand, or like a waterside or like a creek that you used to go to, but it's kind of like you don't live in that area anymore where you go do your rituals. Or or is maybe that, I know this will not sound good. It may be that the creek has dried up or something of that nature. Or hmm. And this is for certain, obviously certain Aquarius. It may not be for all Aquarius. This is mostly for if you have water in your chart. You understand that, if water is really uh significant in your chart, in your chart you know maybe there's something that you do, a ritual that you do, you understand, that gives you, I don't know, I don't want to say I don't know, but at the same time, it is like before you do a certain ritual, there's a certain ritual that you need to do. And that ritual, before the ritual, you're not doing it. So I'll just keep it like that. Um, there's something about a grandfather or a fatherly figure. I don't know, your father or your grandfather is not coming home, or he's not home, and or if you're of age to retire, you're not retiring. um I don't know why. And or there is a loss of someone. There's a loss Meaning not a loss of someone, but because your grandfather doesn't come home, it's like a loss. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. Or maybe your grandfather lost his way home, or your father lost his way home. Maybe this might be, um maybe some kind of dementia or Alzheimer's. Um is it sundown or sun well, what's that called? Sundown syndrome, something like that. you know where your grandfather would just all of a sudden just walk and get lost or something like that. I don't know, something of that nature. Your grandfather may go missing, or he's not around, or he's not around, father or grandfather, due to natural causes. uh I think now I'm ready to have the spoiler alert. No, I don't need to do that. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding annoying in this reading. Now we're going to your career area. I feel like you're separating yourself from a certain group, a certain organization. You don't want to be part of it, especially if you're a man. But this applies to men and women. You're separating yourself from whatever group, organization that I don't know. You're just separating yourself from a group. Whether you're the group leader or not, you understand you're not going to be part of it. Whether, yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like a web that you were entangled in at your workplace, but now you are coming out of it. You understand? It's still the same thing as letting the mask off. You understand? It's kind of like, uh, you know yeah, you want to live mask free. So it is kind of like, in your career area, you separating yourself from this organization is, helping you to live freely, you understand, without your mask. You understand, without you hiding how you feel, due to being a part of, well, like, an organization. um there's an inheritance, you understand, that's supposed to be passed down from the workplace that you did not receive as a child, especially if you're an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising male child. Um, you didn't. I don't know. You didn't receive that. Is an artistic talent. Is an artistic inheritance. You understand, based on merit from artistic talent. It's about yourself. You understand, you're supposed to inherit this gift, but you didn't, and or you didn't use this gift. You understand, that you're supposed to have inherited, but I feel like you just didn't inherit this gift. you know and or I just feel like you're doing away with wearing mask, anything. It's so funny, Aquarius. It's like we are in the age now where people will have to wear masks. You understand? And you don't want to wear a mask. You understand? Especially if you're an Aquarius, someone or rising man, especially if you are. But if it's Aquarius women also, I could be pertaining to you. You understand? It's just like you just like anything. It doesn't matter if if it's an inheritance or not. I just don't want to wear any mask. I want to live. I want to live in my truth. I want to live in my truth. You understand? And your inheritance, being artistic, would require you to wear a mask. You understand? You know, in a lot of African culture already, we wear masks. There are masks that is worn. You understand? Um, and now we are required to wear mask, and masking is like hiding the truth. You know, and it's kind of like, if you're a child or not, you just don't want to. You don't want, you don't want to, you don't, whether you're young or not, like, you don't want to hide. You, it's not even about hiding. It's like you don't want to cover up anything. You just want to, you just want to be true to yourself. So you're unmasking. You understand? You're living, you're leaving a certain organization, and you not using your, I don't want to say god-given talent. Yeah, god not you, you not being able to use your god-given talent or your ancestral gifts, which will give you inheritance of, money, is you proving a point that, you get what I'm saying. And I guess we can say is rebellion. you know is used, you know rebelling against wearing a cover up. You understand? Then we go to the next card, right? What do we have here? Yeah, you are not teaching, and this does not require a mask, but it's kind of like you, during this career season, um there is a whole lot of unmasking, for, I don't want to say for better and for worse, but there's a whole lot of masking, to the point that even if you are going to teach and you don't require a mask to do that, you're not going to do that. It's kind of like I don't want to say you halt on something. It's just that you're just not you're not going to teach. You're not, it's kind of like you're not going to hold seminars. You're not going to hold meetings. You're not going to, do any online you're just not going to do any of that. You understand? And to crown it all up, you understand, I would say normally that this is like the worst thing that can happen to you, is that you're not going to be smoking anything. This is kind of weird. And I don't want like, you're not smoking, like you smoke all other times, and then during this, for your workplace, I think you're kind of making a statement, you know uh wait, you're not smoking, you're not smoking you know so, uh you don't want to feel high in order to do your work, which that is what you could have been doing. Whoa. Yeah, you don't have any pipes. And I don't want to say you don't have any pipes. You're not using any of your pipes, or you're just not buying pipes. And usually you are, smoking, you know. I'm getting something like the X factor. And I'm not really sure how to put it into this reading, but I'm thinking that it's kind of like you may not be feeling like the X factor, and I don't even know what the X factor is supposed to mean with this, you know. But I feel as though you are not working, you are not smoking. You're doing more so on masking, on doing things that you used to do at work, and it's like undoing everything. You're letting go of your employees, and or because you're not going to wear a mask, you can't come to work because everyone has to wear a mask. uh, you're not teaching, you're not holding seminars, so you're doing things out of the norm of what they expect you to do at the workplace. um yeah, and definitely no smoking, because you're the person to go to when you need to smoke. When they're smoking, you're not smoking at all, or people are not going to catch you outside smoking in your zen, you understand, in that same area that has the X or whatever, or that there is a point where you go and you smoke. You're not going to do that. You're not going to be doing that during the Aquarius season, during in your career area. And of course, this will probably not be for all Aquarius. I'm just saying that you're letting go of the mask and you're not doing things that you would normally do, even if it's your normal. And it's almost as if you're rebelling against yourself. But I think it's more of the system, and it may be in a way to discipline yourself, but I don't think it's hard. It's just that that is how you feel. You understand? You feel like unmasking, undoing, you know, and just, you know, that's just how you feel. Uh, Now let's go to your love life. Your love life, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising people. You are refraining from talking. You understand? Usually, people when you speak, you are you might be very wicked in your delivery. You might be very mean. You understand? And this is just natural for you. People might think you're just being mean, but that is just naturally the way you are. You are. You may just talk like the way you talk, but you're not going to be doing any of that. You're not going to be blunt. You're not going to talk. Can you drink this water? No, but I'm going to eat some chips. Sometimes I wish I have more junk food. Uh, okay, I'm going to be eating. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, you're not going to be talking too much. There is, yeah, you're not talking, but it's not necessarily in a negative way. It's just that you understand, you're stable, but you might not be saying anything, and you might not be productive in your love life, but you're stable. Even if it's with yourself, you're steady at a place, even if there's nothing going on. I'm not seeing any Aquarius that is married at this time. I don't know if you guys are married, but even if you're married, I don't see any love life. I don't see any love life. But at the same time, you know, that nothing is still stable. Like it's there's nothing about yourself. You understand? But it's stable. It's very interesting. You have this you have this nothing about yourself that you're able to project as something because it's stable, and it's like it's a talent. Because usually maybe if it's in other people who is not like you, and I'm talking specifically to Aquarius, someone or rising man especially, because this card of nothing, you understand, almost came out in the same position that the Seven of Cups in the upright came, and they both came out in the upright. And it looks like, because this is one of wands. This is wands. One wand. So you're there as a stable rod, but it's like still nothing. Oh no. Mm, mm, Seven of Cups. Okay. Okay. So I can piece it. So from your family, it's kind of like unmasking, and then people see nothing, that there's nothing behind the mask, that there's nothing to see except for just what it is, nothing. Just for yourself, it's just yourself, nothing. Ah, oh god, it's like no feelings, you're just there, you know. But then at the same time it's just a tree. But then even though there's nothing, there's a little bit of something, because you see this palm fronds or whatever. You have some little money that represents something. I'm not calling it little as in just little, but it's like something. It's like nothing, but it's something, or not. There's something that is something. Nothing that is something, or something that is nothing, but it still means the same thing, and there's no feelings on both ends. It's just like it's there, and it's equated to positive energy. Because it's yourself. It's like, okay, you know you're nothing, and you're just there, and it's still positive energy. So now I see again in your love life, there's a certain grandfather or father that's not coming home. I don't know what's going on, but I think The reason why you're acting kind of abnormal or very very abnormal or kind of bizarre. I mean, you're not going berserk. You understand? You may, yeah, you're just acting weird. But the reason why you're acting like that, and this is more towards Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising men. This is men. Eh, There's a certain grandfather or father that's not there, that's supposed to be there. So people might think you're feeling sad, but you don't really have any feelings towards it, even if people feel like you're feeling sad because you're acting different. You're just you're just dealing with a situation the way you're dealing with it. This could also be a grandmother that is missing. So it's kind of like maybe at least you were able to see your grandfather or your grandmother. Now it's kind of like it's both of them. It's both of them that you're not able to see. You're not able to see either one of them. They're not home, and or they died, or it just hit you that they've been gone for a long time. Uh, for this reason or whatever reason that is going on, that is keeping you like this, in this state where I don't really know what to talk about it. You know, you are not taking care of your woman or any woman in your life. Now, Aquarius woman also, it's like the men, how do I say it? They're not able to take care of you. If you have a man in your life, because I don't know, they just feel like you may be too high maintenance, and it's kind of like they can't even give some, you understand, money. Especially if it's an Aquarius man, they're not going to give you anything. They don't have any emotions. They don't have any emotions, not to talk of emotions for you. You understand? They don't have it for themselves. You get what I'm saying? So they're not going to be spending money. They're not going to be showing you around town. And or Aquarius man, you're not gonna be driving around town in your whip, in your car. You understand? Or there's a beautiful car that you have, very nice looking. You're not going to be riding it around because I don't know. I guess it's too high maintenance also, or you're just not feeling like being flashy. Mm, women, I'm not sure if you feel horny at this time in your love life. Mm, you may not be looking attractive. I don't think you're looking attractive during this time to make men want to spend money on you. But even though I've said this like this, I don't really feel like that. I just feel Aquarius just doesn't want to show off anyone. Period. He doesn't even want to show off his own car because he doesn't want to be flashy. And or he's not going to buy that car that he can afford because, like I said, he don't want to be flashy. He just doesn't. I don't know. He just, I guess you can say, emotionally unavailable and completely void of emotions. In general and in conclusion, you're just going to, if you're a man, you're just going to be working on something about yourself. I don't know, you understand? Because you're looking really ripped. I don't know what it is under your right arm. I don't know what it is. It's like a line. Mm, that's part of your ribs. Like, you know, if you're in shape, your rib, like part of your rib. The rib. Your arm. Anyway, especially if you're dark skinned, you're gonna be, or African, to be honest, or in your village in the country. You don't have to be African, or if you're in the country, you'll probably be outside at daylight, but it will still be looking as if it's a discrete area. You understand? Just working on you, working on yourself with your tools and everything. Ooh. And when I see this card, you know, you're working on yourself. It's very sexy. You understand? But I don't think people will really see you. Even though you're working on yourself. You're perfecting your tools. You're perfecting your work ethic, I believe. And that is where you're wearing a mask by yourself. Outside is so funny. When you don't really need to wear it. You're wearing it for yourself, by yourself, while you're working. But you do need to wear it because there could be a lot of flame, you know, yeah, fire, flame, um, with this work that you're doing. So you could be a blacksmith, a goldsmith, a mechanic or something. I don't want to say mechanic because I don't really see you dealing with cars. You're not disturbing yourself. You're just working on yourself, and it's kind of like working on that electric energy. Your leg is you're resting on your leg, kind of, while standing. Mm, so pay attention to where your first house is activate. Is pay attention to where your first house is or where Aries is. I feel like it's very activated, and I feel like the people that I'm talking to is more people who have their Aries in like Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So your rising, I don't know. Your first house, which I believe is your rising, right? If I'm not mistaken, your rising could be in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So your Aries could be in the um third, 11th, or seventh house. Mm-hmm. Um, if you're dark skinned or like brown skin, like dark brown, you're really looking sexy as you're working out all outside. But I think this could just pay attention to people, if they're African American, or just, I don't know. You you kind of look traditional, while working on your tools. You look good. Or somebody may snap a picture of you working, and you'll be very, very sexy. But the problem will be you're acting like yourself, like a true Aquarius, even if it seems weird, bizarre, or whatever. You know, you're not doing the work. Working in groups only. Because of mask, only to work independently and wear a mask outside. you know, it's so funny. You know, and it's working for you. You look good. You look very good. You look great. And now, also in general and in conclusion, if you're like an older or especially, I don't want to say middle age, yeah, like if you're like an early old man or just Aquarius in general, you could be old, an older Aquarius man, but still ripped, still look good. And I don't want to be disrespectful, but I've already, I think I've been a little bit disrespectful. You understand? You could be old and still look good. Like you're old and you look good. You understand? Older, and you could be any age and look great. Okay. That was no good comeback. But anyway, whether you're old or young, you're gonna be looking good. If you're an older man, it's like you have the whole world in your hand. You know how to use your sexual energy and channel it to make things work in your favor. You know, it's like the whole world will be paying you attention, and you'll just be looking good. It's kind of like people will just be, you just whatever you're doing, you're just shining in sexual energy. You're you're shining in sexy energy. You look good, no matter how old you are, but especially if you're an older man, because you look good, you look healthy, and It's like the internet is talking about, I don't know, it's like you may be trending on the internet for good or for bad, but you're using it for good. I mean, it's kind of like it's all good to you. It's all beneficial to you, whether it gives you money or not. Because every time you look, they see a beautiful picture or a sexy picture of you online, you know. And now I guess it's time for me to spoil the reading. Not that I'm spoiling too much. Women, I didn't really see you. I didn't really see you too much, except for the very first card. But still, it's centered around the man. And, you know, I tried. I did my best with that, with what I saw. Man, I don't really see you. But you're almost going through the same thing. Almost at your workplace where, you know, you're going to be leaving certain organization. Or you're not, you're just, it may not even be that you're leaving a certain organization. If you're a woman, it's more so you're just not going to wear a mask anymore. You're going to be yourself. You're feeling like you want to be yourself and you're going to be yourself. And or you're just leaving the organization and that's you taking off the mask. So, um, I hope you enjoyed your reading, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising people. I love you. I hope you enjoy your season and happy birthday, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising people. Madam Nina, I just intuited into it with intuitive talks while just connecting the dots and also just remembering memory. Take care, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising people.